State with the kickoff team on the field and just about ready to start. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. First down here for the offense. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. Guys, they're really starting to find a rhythm in conference play now. They'll try to keep it going through the rest of this ACC slate.
I think it's really important because they're building confidence early in the season. There were a lot of expectations on this team to play well, and they've been doing that. Obviously, David, they've got bigger challenges ahead.
Yeah, and the conference play, obviously you want to see that continue to grow. The confidence, the familiarity with each other within, obviously, is a lot of times that's a big deal. The rivalries that come with it. So, great start, a lot of positive momentum built for this squad.
Now they'll face 3rd and 4 in their first possession of the game. Looking to throw, it's Raiola. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Trying to take it back. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Wolfpack!
You always want to come out and set the tone as a defense. Get a stop, make a punt. How about this? Get the INT and take it back to the house. Way to set the tone for this defense early.
On to attempt the try. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that
And he intercepts it. And the ball's on the ground. Picks up the ball and tries to make something of it. He'll try to take it back. He's at the 10. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Cornhuskers!
Hey, that's not how you draw it up, but how about the offense and the awareness? You see the ball out, forget jumping on it. I'm going to pick that puppy up. I'm going to take it to the house. The OC, great call on that one, buddy, because it worked to perfection.
Getting set for the point after. Bangs it through for an extra point. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. He'll call for the fair catch here. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Takes the handoff. It's Rush. Ran through the contact. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Quick strike complete. At the 40, there he goes. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to the tailback. Brought down at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 6. They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
And whoever keeps the top 10 number beside their name after this game will have earned it, because these two teams are very
Headed to the end zone, and he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, NC State! That running back just had a caravan of blockers to take him into the end zone.
There's not very many times at home, Reese, where I'm going to say that everybody watching on their couch could have scored on that play. This is one of them.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And he finished off the drive with a 30-yard scoring scamper, lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
And that is a great job by the defense, containing and constricting the pocket. There was nowhere for the QB to go, and he did not have a lot of time. He went down quick.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Zings it complete to the right. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. They allowed the completion, but this defense was swarming to keep them away from that first down line.
Yeah, and you allow completions in those 3rd down situations underneath the sticks, and you come up and rally, and everybody flies to the football. That's great execution by this defense.
Quarterback will audible. On 4th down, looking to pass. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
Hey, at this point of the game, 4th and short, no problem going for it. 4th and medium, I think it's too early to start taking some of these chances. I think you need to just let the game play out a little bit and trust your defense.
NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. Steps to his left, out of the pocket. He's got it. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
The option look. The pitch. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, North Carolina State.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. they score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page.
And that pass is intercepted. Bringing it back. Inside the 10. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Wolfpack. No mid-season doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, and he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
Well, when you talk Nebraska football, it always comes down to their ability running it on offense. Whether it's the option or whether it's conventional, they've got a long and illustrious history of great running backs, and this guy is on the field for a reason. His vision, his ability to make people miss, run with toughness, he can do it all.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack.
We haven't even gotten to halftime yet. This offense has their hands full trying to keep this quarterback standing up straight. They've already given up multiple sacks. That's the biggest reason why they're trailing by as much as they are. They better go in at halftime and make some big-time adjustments.
Oh, he makes the catch. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. That one's sort of like a shooter in basketball, just needing to see one go through the net, isn't it, David? Just get a completion to your guy and pick up some yardage.
Build some confidence because your confidence throwing.
He wants to take the top off. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Well, we know these are slick conditions today in this game. Wide receiver just didn't seem to really get a good grasp on the ball when it hit his hands. Didn't stick right away. There was a bit of a bobble, and because of it, the defense able to come away with the pick.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Right back to him on the ground. Just buried it. Gets it past the marker for a first down, and that's the way we will wrap up the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, NC State 28, Nebraska 7.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down. Sends it downfield. And he's got it inside the 10. Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
After that huge gain, now a chance to cash it in from just outside the 5. The snap sets up to throw. Feeling some heat. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And you try to catch him off balance, maybe on 1st down and goal right here, a situation where maybe you sneak in a pass, defense was ready, got the sack. Now you got to be a little bit more creative now that you got the negative play. The offense, I know you've worked this all week. You got to get ready to execute in the red zone.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Staying physical in the red zone as he's pulled down after picking up 3 balls at the 14. They've gotten pushed back, but it's still 3rd and goal. Pre-snap motion quarterback trying to get a read. Throws to the tight end. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive.
Number 17 on the field.
Between the uprights, it's good. And that will extend their lead even further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Ohio State is currently ahead in this one, but it's been a tight one so far in Columbus. They're up by 11 over Texas State. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Motion from the offense. He's going to pass. They're trying to get to him. Hit as he throws. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To the air, it's Raiola. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
Hey, man, sometimes you get the perfect play call at the perfect time. That time the defense blitzing, offensive line allowed everybody to run upfield, and they slip in the running back screen, and behind it there was nobody there to make a tackle, and this offense generates a massive play.
Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time in late in the season.
They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point, but finally, David, the offense breaks through, and they finally...
And boy, was that pressure in his face immediately. Down he goes.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now, you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
They almost had another interception. They're trying to set records out there. Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very talented, but let's see good against good and find out what they are.
And this is some kind of belief in your kicker. They are sending him out there to try to get 3 from way downtown. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called.
Timeout, Nebraska.
There is nothing to gain by kicking it away in this area of the field around midfield, going for it the wise move. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Throws for the tight end. Got his man. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down?
It's a turnover on downs.
North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Fires to the big fella. Still on his feet at the 45. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
They'll give it to the back. They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Running back searching for a hole. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
They're bringing heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
It is perfect. And now the lead is extended a little further. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment, and they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
From the gun, running back on the move. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and this has been tough sledding. All right, this offense has really struggled to move the football, and this game's all but over. But here's the thing, man. Thank God you don't play this defense every week. And let's continue to work here and find something we do good and build maybe a little bit of momentum so next week we play a little bit better football.
Makes a grab enough for the first. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. They needed a bunch on 4th down, and boy, did they get it.
And I get aggressiveness. We get aggressiveness. We want to be aggressive, take shots down the field. First half, they felt like 4th and long. No big deal.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
After the quarterback and receiver couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Raiola. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Right down the middle. Complete downfield. And this junior loves to show off that big arm. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the...
Lets it fly. He caught it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Husker. How about this? A 2-point conversion coming. He's looking to throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, Doug.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
With jet sweep pass. And he's able to get some positive yardage before he's brought down, and that'll bring us to halftime. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Huskers will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Starting this third quarter on the ground. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They go to the ground. He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. That one's going to go out of bounds, and it'll be dead at the 35-yard line. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. These guys scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Now a chance to really dig their way out of this hole.
Yeah, and it's complimentary football, right? Offense doing their job, scoring, defense getting the stop. Offense has got the ball right back. Palmer, go back to that last drive, revisit it, rehash some of the same plays.
Yeah, and if you're the quarterback here, think about where are my best matchups too. We're going to have to throw the football at some point here, so where do I want to take advantage of this defense and what areas of the field, and where are my best opportunities?
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Power football with the run.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Safe completion on the screen. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the 1st down. The Huskers are in the hurry-up.
And there you go. You see, you don't have to throw bombs to get big plays in the passing game. Just screen it to your running back. As soon as he catches it, he gets upfield.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence.
Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
Offensive linemen are offensive linemen for a reason. They're not as fast as those guys on the edge, and you can see that defensive end came screaming off the edge, got to the quarterback before that O-lineman could do anything about it. Nice job of that defensive end. Scoop them sacks, baby.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Back to pass, it's Raiola. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
All right, you've dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the second half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. Pocket starts to collapse. Makes the catch, he's got enough. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the 1st down there.
Yeah, and you got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the 1st down. Need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Stop is made, but he picks up 4 yards down to the 21-yard line. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Getting some heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. And And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. On third down, going up top. And they almost had another one. Rare is the occasion when you're happy to see fourth down, but it's better than throwing another pick.
Well, on third and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on fourth down.
Smashes it between the uprights. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Ohio State is running away with things, and I'm not sure even Bucky saw this coming today from this offense. They're up by 18 over Texas State. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
They'll run this play from the pistol. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
NC State.
Second down coming up. Fast motion from the offense. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31. Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. Caught behind the line. It's Harvin. He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that third down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up fourth and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away.
On to punt it away.
A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David, a little bit and just start being more aggressive and take some chances, but that's what's going to happen for them to win this game.
Yeah, and when you're losing, obviously everything gets heightened. Everything becomes more critical. This drive is crucial because you've got to cut into this deficit and put some points on the board.
Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the first down.
A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. Gonna take a shot. And he makes the catch inside the 20. He was just a breath from taking that one all the way, and he'll run that momentum momentum right into the fourth quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, NC State 34, Nebraska 16.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. From the shotgun, they'll run it. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. The Cornhuskers will hustle to the line. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Nebraska!
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
Ready to try the point after. Splits those uprights right in half. So that's a 59-yard touchdown drive. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They still have the lead here, Jesse, but this will be a good time to put together a drive.
You're right, Reese. You can't rest easy right now. You just watch the opponent drive down the field and score a touchdown of their own, so you've got to answer that here. Your playmakers better step up.
And I don't know what it is about momentum. In all the locker rooms, in all the years, coaching, everything, you can't quantify it, you can't measure it. And the momentum has swung to the other side. You got to get it back.
Can't get him to the ground. And he has had a long day at the office, not to mention the backfield, as the defense has been all over him.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. That's caught. It's Rush. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
Well, this defense has given up some big plays in this game so far, but they've got a lot of talent on that side of the football. Someone has to step up here, make a play, get a stop, and put their team in a position to win.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Big third down for this defense. Listen, you've got to get the ball back. You know what they're doing. They're trying to run the football, but we need the clock to be on our side so our offense has some time. Got to make a stand right here on third down.
And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying around.
This is an offense that obviously practices 2-minute situations, but they're not executing it right now, and I don't like the play call. You got to be throwing to the sticks, or you got to be throwing to the side.
And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
I tell you what, if I'm this QB, I am ill as a hornet at my offensive line. Are you kidding me? That's the 6th time they've put me on the ground. Dudes, will y'all protect me a little bit better, please?
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Quarterback checking off. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. He was thinking big return, didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on 1st down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good 2nd down.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll try the left side. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. On the ground, going for the 1st down with the give to the tight end. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. He will take a knee, and the defense can stop the clock one more time, but this one is just about in the books. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays. They